Hey, what is going on, good people? And welcome back to the ship of truth. Oh yeah, right, what's he on about here? You know what I mean, don't you? A way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside. One way does spring to mind, yes. Do you really know what he means? Yeah, and so should you. Because we've seen it happen. What? I don't remember that. Indeed we have, so would you care to do the honours? Damn. Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt from the outside. What? Uh-oh. What? I don't understand. Can we zoom? I have no idea. No, it's just like point to it, right? Let's just try the lock. Screw it.
Yes.
This is it. This shows how it was done. It certainly shows how something was done, I concur. In fact, it's an excellent way to show how easy it is to jump to the wrong conclusions. What? How can he say that? But a truly dismal way to show how the bolt could be made to slide shut from outside the cabin. Did you really need to say truly dismal? Surely it can't really be possible to make the bolt slide shut without touching it at all, can it? I'm sure that it is. Something in the back of my mind. Is it a magnet? Do you really know what he means? Shut up. Yeah. Can't be a magnet. I am quite lost here. I wonder if we'll end up game overing. So you can't present any of this, so it's definitely just something. Could it be the milk? What is that on the table? Oh! It's the bookshelf, isn't it?
Yes.
Ah! Look at the bookcase there. See how all the books and things on it have toppled over? Okay, and we're getting a slightly different mini cutscene rather than Sholmes just going, "You idiot!" So maybe we did guess right. That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before. Yeah, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over. I believe, yes, it's what's known as the force of inertia acting on the objects. Is there nothing she doesn't know? Well, that isn't in her book, at least. Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in this cabin move. Interesting, so he's just like, yeah, whatever this mysterious force is, it's gotta have happened on this as well. The bolt on the cabin door? Ah, could it be? I think it is. The tune I love. Yeah, that's it. It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We had come into this cabin not long before and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... hello, is anyone in there? Shout if you need assistance. Oh, okay. I don't remember them mentioning that the door had locked itself. Maybe that was something I didn't examine. Ah, that sounds like... Inspector! Ding, 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 ding. Oh, yes. That's it. When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door. Yeah, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. That's awful. So you just lock your room and go to bed, and then you just wake up and the door's open. Like, what happened here? I'm so nervous. Uh-oh. Oh no, I did read that. Or the force of inepture, if you want to call it that. Are you trying to say that last night, after he was killed... Damn. Door locked itself. And then the eternal mystery began. Okay. Dun dun dun. But, okay, so someone could freely have walked in, killed him and left, and then the door just locked itself then. Because I was just thinking, how could the message have wrote itself, but yeah. The SS Booyah made another emergency stop. When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over. Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I? Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in his cabin. Oh my! Why's he so shocked at that? She was with us! Do you have anything to say about this? Nope. Are you out of your mind? You say booyah! Made emergency stop? It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, it is simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside, used to trigger the emergency alarm? Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there, telling you only to press a button in times of emergency. Ah, so technically everyone on the ship had access to dirt that out then. On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Why is he looking so suspicious? Wait, it was you? When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interests of safety. Ah, so he did it for science and curiosity. The emergency alarm bell rings and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today. Okay. Surely it wasn't you who... He's like, yes, I did it twice. As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed, whatever the occasion. He sounds almost proud of himself. How dare you mess with ship? I report you to Captain. You are in much trouble now. Now, I'm sure all that can wait until later. No, mate, you're going to be thrown off board. Let us not overlook the fact that we now have learnt a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. Really? It doesn't look like there's any mechanism in place. You know, like a auto-electronic lock gimmick. Surely a lie. So, what we must now consider. Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to him, did this ship make an emergency stop, or did it not? You are idiots! Booyah! Is huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop even in middle of night, there would be chaos everywhere. What are your thoughts? No, don't ask us. We're running out of lives. Well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea. Yes, we do. Really? What evidence? Not even going to save here. Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night? It's your duty to patrol the first class area of the ship, isn't that right? That is correct. Why? And the ship's log here, this would be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That is mine. Ah, you rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. So I nicked it. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with the mind to return it to you later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances, you write the phrase "nothing to report" every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in the log? That is... because nothing happened. But if nothing happened, you would normally write "nothing to report," wouldn't you? Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m. something happened here aboard the SS Booyah! Why is he gasping? Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact. Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night? Stop talking rubbish! He knows it. We may need one more piece of evidence to tip him over the edge. I get the feeling just talking about this is going to keep going back and forth for a while. If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself. Oh? Why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed. That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. Oh, yo. The ship lurched so violently and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anyone would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night. Well, no, that's a good point. What of the throbbing? Sorry, what do you mean? Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We have all suffered with it. Ah! Oh yeah, I have had a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today. Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn. Speaking of which, stifling some yawns there. Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. He's right, my head's been throbbing today too. You all need some water. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. Could it be poisoned chicken? I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then, the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening to me? Yeah, spike the dinner maybe. Tell me. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Yeah, sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Ah, well, he looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. Never share chicken. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it? Yeah, in fact, I had all of that. Yo, Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken. Lucky he's dead now. All the chicken, all the time. He ate a whole roast to himself. No wonder he's just well heavy-headed. Oh really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all? That's right. He didn't touch it. Is that relevant? Okay. Music stopping might mean it's getting serious. My dear fellow, does that not strike you? Oh. Do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken? Not the chicken! I do. No, really? Is that really true? The chicken! Do it to the beef, do it to the pork. Damn it. Do it to the octopus, but don't tamper with the chicken. The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. And everyone who ate an entire roast chicken was cursed to feel the same way. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug? Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop? Damn. So maybe that means it was an inside job then, because you wouldn't put all the crew to sleep, it would just be the captain by himself, and very quickly he would be like, sorry, what's going on here? Although you never know. When did the captain wake up? He might be in on it. Damn it, I don't know. Of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea. What? What did I say? Oh, the drug. Yeah. Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. Ah, called it. The inside job. Well, where did the snake go? I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals. Damn. For aiding and abetting a renegade. Oh, he's looking nervous. She looked at us. She must be getting desperate. Please, no more. I will tell everything. Damn, he looks so shocked. Eh? I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore. These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. Yes, so when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me. We all agreed to help, everyone together. She threw away everything. Her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia, we wanted to help our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. You heartless bastards! Not the chicken! Yeah, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. Did they just shove the pill in randomly? They didn't make it into a fine paste or like cook it into the gravy or something? Just shove the pill in, they'll crunch it down at some point. We could not make all drug, how you say, dissolve. Talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight, in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat. While all the passengers of the SS Booyah slept soundly. Thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained. So if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night would have been the crew. People who dislike chicken and the newly boarded passenger. What? Why is that? Oh yeah, they wouldn't have given her the chicken. But how many people didn't like chicken? Was it just Kazuma? And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazuma's cabin door. Oh, yo. But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos. Not if everyone's asleep, though. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Of course, just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins, after which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite and accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night. Yes! The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway, and so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. Damn. Okay. You have talked long time and said many things. What is point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Tried to frame a member of staff, maybe. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. Someone like you! And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night. But... I don't know about any of this. I'm just a little girl. You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories. We don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our own eyes. Okay. A laudable trait. What? I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Yeah? Do you hear it? The accusatory cry of guilt on the wind? What accusatory cry of guilt? Sorry, you've lost me. Proof of involvement, man, but you can't hear such a call with your ears. No, you must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction. What are you talking about? I believe the time has come for one final... Oh, God. Logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. Okay. Right, we're just going to leave it there, I think. Damn, we got to go through the ringer again. That is unfortunate, but we are getting to the bottom of the truth barrel. Right then, guys, I wonder what's going to happen next time, but we will leave it there. So, of course, if you like the looks of any of these suggested thumbnails flooding your screen right now, check them out, and more importantly, let me know what you thought. If you've missed anything, catch up, because you know this plot's getting even weirder. Soon come. And as always, I hope you're well, thanks for watching, and see you again next time.